everyone, it's Beck here today with a tutorial for you for Swirlydoos Kit Club. Today I'm going to be making some cards with some of the leftovers from the previous kits, as well as going through with you some of the mediums that have come and also some of the previous kits. So what I'm going to use today is I have the Prima White Crackle paste, also the Prima Snowflake paste, some of these little Micas that came in the kit. Oh, can't see those very well. Just the PeralEx Micas. So I've got the one in pink gold, silver and blue russet. So you use those ones, as well as the oil pastels that came in the previous kit. So I'll go through each of those. For the cards, this one is the 7 Dots Thoughts Keeper paper that came in the January kit. So I've got some pieces of that, as well as the little piece of vellum that I've cut. This one here is the Blue Fern Autumn Anthology range that came in, I think it was the October kit. And this is also the Prima Roll Menagerie paper that came in the kit last month. So I'm going to make 3 cards with different mediums and show you how to do that. So to start off with, I'm going to start with this card. I don't cut my cards to a particular size, I kind of just whatever paper I have left over, and that's how I use it. So I'm just going to layer this on here. Okay, so once you've got that layered together, that's going to be the front of the card. For this card I'm going to use the white crackle paste. This one takes a while to dry, so that's why I'm going to do this first, and I'm going to put it aside. So here I have a Tim Holtz stencil. Okay, here I have a Tim Holtz stencil, and this is the stripes one. So I'm just going to put some of this crackle paste on through the stencil, and I'm just going to do it kind of randomly. There we go. And what I'll do is I'll leave that one to dry by itself, so it will crackle up. Okay, next up I have this card I'm going to make with the blue fern paper. So I've just cut one rectangle piece, and then I've cut another one just so it's exactly half. I'll just stick that down. Okay, for this one I'm going to be using the Prima Snowflake paste with this doily stencil that came in last month's kit. But, I mean, the Snowflake paste is beautiful by itself, but if you want to add some colour, you want some colour to your paste, a great way to add some colour is with these oil pastels. So what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to mix some of the Snowflake paste with the oil pastels. So I've got a little chart here of all the colours I want, and I'm just going to match them to my paper. I do want it slightly darker because when it mixes with the snowflake paste, the whiteness of the snowflake paste is going to like tone down the colour. So I'm going to go with orange and this one, the blue. So just find those. So all you need to do is just draw a little bit onto your mat. And you just want to scoop out a little bit of the paste. and then just mix it on your mat like this. And then you can just keep going until you get the colour you like. So if you don't have enough colour there, you could just add like a little bit more on the side and then blend that in. I'm going to do this one on this side. And there we go, that's what you end up with. So again, I'm going to leave that one to dry just by itself. We'll come back to that when it's dry. Okay, so while the other two are drying, we're going to move on to this third card. So in the forums you've been asking for different ways to use the stencils and the mediums and stuff. So again, I'm going to use one of the oil pastels, and this time it's going to be with a stencil. So I just have a Prima stencil here, just the flourish one that I'm going to use. So I'm just going to pop that on the top, and all you do with the oil pastel is you just kind of draw on the stencil where you want your colour to go. So I'll just draw some bits on here. There we go. And then all you take is a sponge. I've just got a makeup sponge, but anything would do. You could even possibly use a dauber or something. So you just rub that on like this. And it just blends the colour that's sitting on top of the stencil onto your paper. This technique also works really well with gelatos if you have those instead of the oil pastels. So you just get it to where you want and you lift it up, and then you have just a very delicate pattern on your background. Ooh. You just put those aside. So for this card, I've just got a couple of extra scraps of paper here that I cut out, and then I just tore the edge off the bottom. So I'm just going to stick those together. Now for this card, I've taken a few things I had left over from previous kits, some of the Pedalo flowers and the Prima flowers, and also a piece of the Prima chipboard. But I also have some stuff from my own stash to go on this one. Some of it is some seam binding. What I wanted was I wanted some seam binding that was this colour, but unfortunately I didn't have any. So what you need to do if you need to change your seam binding is get some spray to do it. So today I'm going to use the Prima Glistening Waves spray for this one. Okay, so once it's dry, just make it into a bow. Just like that. And then the same with some pink. Okay, what I've done with some of the papers from the cards is I've made these little butterflies. Now all these are is I have a stamp and punch set, sorry, glitter on my hand, and that's all I've done for this. So I've got two different size butterflies, I've just stamped them out and stuck them together, and this one's got some glitter just on the edge, and then this one I've done with that 7 dots paper, and I've just put some pearl dots in the middle. And just with this paper I've just done a mini butterfly and stuck some glitter on it. So I'm just going to use these as embellishments. It's a great way, quick easy butterflies, to add some sparkle to layouts. Okay, so this one, the glitter has dried on this and it's very sparkly. So now we can embellish this one. I've got a few bits of chipboard from a previous kit, but most of this stuff is just things from my stash, so I'll start to put this together. Okay, so this card is getting dry now. You can see the little crackles on there. Oh, there we go, that's a bit better. So that just adds a nice detail to the back of the card, just nice subtle crackle paint. So for this card I've got a few embellishments here, some of the wood icons from the previous kit and some twine, and the little Christmas tag as well. But what we're going to do is I've got a few white flowers here and I'm just going to colour them using these mica powders. So this is really easy to do. I'm just going to do it similarly how I did this one, just putting it on the edges just for some light colour. So all we need to do for this is we'll choose this one. Just scoop a little bit onto your mat, and then you just want to put a little bit of water with it, just enough to make it wet, but not so much it's kind of really spray-like. So now it's nice and pigmented colour, and you just can brush that on the edge of your flowers to give them a little bit of extra colour. Okay, so these are all finished now. What I've done is I've added a few pearls, and then I've just backed it onto some coordinating cardstock. So these were just 3 really easy cards, just using some of the medium products from the previous kits. And these are really easy to do, so if you want to use them on a layout or an off-the-page project, that also works as well. And it's good just to use up the little bits that are left over at the end of the day. So I hope you found that helpful, and I'll see you next time.